What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Want to give you guys an update in case you guys haven't heard. Abner Mares is going to be now training in my neck of the woods, Bay Area, California. Great place to be, great place to visit, with Virgil Hunter. So I want to spend some time talking about that, talk about what I see out of that partnership, and let's get started. Now, for starters, I like Abner Mares. I think he has heart. He's actually come out on top on some fights where it was a 50-50 fight. I thought moving up in weight and taking the Daniel Ponce de Leon was a risky, bold move and a tough fight, and he looked good in that fight. He looked good at the weight. Also, his fight with Anselmo Moreno, I thought that was an awkward style because Moreno is very crafty, slippery, and if you watch the fight with Moreno and Darchinyan, he made Darchinyan look like shit, and Abner Mares passed that with flying colors. Most recently, he was sparked though in the first round. Johnny Gonzalez put that thing to him and just laid him out. He wasn't able to recover, and he got knocked down again, knocked out, and that was an upset in a lot of people's eyes. I knew Johnny Gonzalez had the power. It was just a matter of putting it together. So that was a upset of the year. Since then, Abner Mares has taken a lot of time off. He's taken, I think, a year now, and now he's going to try a new trainer in Virgil Hunter. Now, my thing with this is I always support local talent. So my fellow Bay Area natives, from Andre Ward to Robert Guerrero to E40, trying to get my decimals up. You know what I mean? I always try to shed light or give some shine to the people in my surrounding area. One thing I will say with Virgil Hunter, I like him as a trainer. I think he's very knowledgeable, very wise when it comes to boxing. But he has the daunting task of taking in, like, his stable. If you look at his stable, there are a lot of flawed fighters in his stable. And by flawed, I mean good fighters where they have X, Y, and Z. They have good attributes, but they also have like a critical weakness, or they're coming off of losses. And that's tough. That's tough to have in your stable. Like, even if you look at like a Freddie Roach got Manny Pacquiao when Pacquiao was already good. I'm not saying he didn't do anything, but Manny Pacquiao was already incredible. He just fine-tuned and honed his skills with Freddie Roach, and Freddie Roach taught him whatever he taught him, and then the rest is history. But Manny Pacquiao was already doing good for himself in the sport of boxing. But you look at a guy like Virgil Hunter, he's basically not replaced, but taken the spot and filled that void when Andre Ward's dad passed away. And from a young age, he's been through the tournaments and state to state with Andre Ward. To me, that's more impressive because it's like taking a piece of clay and actually sculpting and molding it into something remarkable versus somebody else molds it and then you just come in and paint it and, you know what I mean, make adjustments to it. So, again, I like Virgil Hunter. I just think he has a tough task. You look at his stable, aside from Andre Ward, he has Amir Khan, who looked good in his last fight. But truth be told, Amir Khan, he's on the verge. A lot of people question his chin and things like that. So he needs some solid wins. And the Luis Collazo was a step in the right direction. So it looks like he's learning. So we'll leave Amir Khan out for now. But then you look at Andre Berto. He got mauled to death by Robert Guerrero, then came to Virgil Hunter. And then in his last fight, Jesus Soto Caras just was too much for him and stopped him and knocked him out in the 12th round. Then he had a shoulder rehab surgery, and he's been on a long layoff. Alfredo Angulo lost to Edislandi Lara. Then he got pieced up by Canelo and really dominated. I didn't give Angulo one round, and I'm just being real. And these are the fighters in his stable. And then you look at Abner Mares, a good fighter who was undefeated, very solid. I like Abner Mares, but he's at quite the predicament. He's at kind of that crossroads. Some fighters, if they get dropped and stopped, they could be undefeated all they want. But when you get knocked out, like Johnny Gonzalez knocked Abner Mares out, you don't know. It's all up in the air what they're going to be. Are they going to be the same fighter? Plus, you got to look at opponents. Future opponents kind of take that as the blueprint is out. You don't think there's a bullseye on Broner's back ever since Marcos Maidana fight? Like, even the Daniel Ponce de Leon fight with Broner, you could say Ponce won that fight. Nobody's going to be opposed to that. It was a good fight, competitive fight. I haven't seen it in years. But Broner, based on the judges' scorecards or whatever, won the fight. So it's kind of swept under the rug. But when Marcos Maidana beats and upsets you in the fashion that he did, then it looks like a blueprint. Like, okay, between Paulie Malignaggi, which was a split decision win for Broner, very tough fight. Some people said it could have went either way. And then the Marcos Maidana fight, that looks like a very solid blueprint on what to do to trouble or beat Broner. Obviously, you have to have the natural ability and some of those things to duplicate it. Like Maidana has power, so you probably have to have power. You have to have that fuck it attitude that Maidana has, or the boxing prowess and the jab and the work rate that Paulie Malignaggi had in those early rounds. But either way, it looks like a solid blueprint. So point being, with Abner Mares, we don't know. We don't know how he'll look. Some people, again, look at that as an indication of how to beat you. Like, okay, I seen Johnny Gonzalez dropped him with this. Now, if you had a boxer who's going to fight you and a trainer, they're going to probably try to mold their blueprint around the vulnerabilities that they've seen in past fights. So, I don't know. We'll see if Abner Mares bounces back. At the moment, he's on a long layoff, so it doesn't look like he wants that Johnny Gonzalez action right now. He says in the future, but we'll see. So I'll keep you guys posted as more unfolds with Abner Mares and his relationship with Virgil Hunter. Again, I think Virgil Hunter is a good trainer. He definitely has a tough stable, and that's fighters coming off of losses or just on the verge of being pushed out of the elite class, if you will. Will they make it there again? It's boxing. Who knows? We'll have to see. But he has his work cut out against really with everyone in the stable except for Andre Ward. So, and then the thing with Andre Ward is he's been inactive. Great fighter, but inactive. So I know he's doing the lawsuit. I know he probably wants to be in the ring, but the fact of the matter is he hasn't. And I feel like fighters can't always take long breaks and ring rust and not show. Like in the Edwin Rodriguez fight, Edwin didn't have the skill or whatever to exploit that, but that's not going to work for everyone. You can't keep taking these long, prolonged layoffs and expect to come back and look great and as sharp as you once did. If he does, then he's a fucking machine and he's very impressive. But from what I've seen in the past, that's not a good look, especially when you're young. You're supposed to get the fights in while you're young and maybe have a reduced schedule later in your career. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I think Virgil Hunter, I think he's a good motivator. He just has his work cut out for him with his stable. Wish him the best and his stable the best. I have some connects, and I'll try to get you guys some more information regarding Virgil Hunter. Another fighter is Kareem Mayfield. How could I forget Kareem Mayfield? And he's coming off a loss to Thomas Delorme. So, as the video suggests, Virgil Hunter has his work cut out because a lot of the fighters are off of losses and everything else that I mentioned. So let me know what you guys think. Kareem Mayfield, Alfredo Angulo, now Abner Mares, Andre Ward, Andre Berto, Amir Khan. What do you guys think of Virgil Hunter's stable? Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.